What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Friday, February 22nd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls playing the Orlando Magic, who have the 6th best defense overall and they're middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. Zach LaVine has scored 32, 49, and 41 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 37.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Zach LaVine is $7,300 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel, projected at 40.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's well over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 217 points in this game. This is a fast-paced game. Zach LaVine's been on fire, so I like Zach LaVine tonight versus the Orlando Magic. So I just wanted to let everybody know we added projected ownership. It first updates mid-afternoon, and then it will be updated throughout the day based on injuries and other information that comes out. So we show the projected ownership right here in the position optimizer, so you can see right next to every player what their projected ownership is for the main DFS slate. So now you can easily see who's going to be chalk, who's going to be low owned. This is one of the most important stats you're going to look at to help build your lineups and pick your players. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like DeMar DeRozan for the San Antonio Spurs playing the Toronto Raptors, who have the 9th best defense overall, but they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. DeMar DeRozan has scored 29, 33, and 49 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 40.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. DeMar DeRozan is $7,300 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 38.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 228.5 points in this game, and DeMar DeRozan scored 61 fantasy points versus Toronto in his last game. It's his old team, so it looks like he's going to get up for this one. I love DeMar DeRozan here versus the Toronto Raptors. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Aaron Gordon has scored 33, 35, and 23 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 33.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 33 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Aaron Gordon is $6,600 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 36.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's well over 5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. You guys know I love Aaron Gordon. You just hope he doesn't have one of those lazy games where he doesn't play enough minutes. If he gets over 30 minutes, he should hit value no problem. He hits value 62% of the time when he's only $6,600 DraftKings salary. I like those odds. I love Aaron Gordon here versus the Chicago Bulls. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Blake Griffin from the Detroit Pistons playing the Atlanta Hawks, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the second most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Blake Griffin has scored 51, 57, and 39 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 46.6 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 36 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Blake Griffin is $8,900 DraftKings salary, projected at 46.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 223 points in this game. It's a fast-paced game and a fantastic matchup for Blake Griffin, who also hits value 67% of the time when he's at $8,900 DraftKings salary. So I love Blake Griffin here tonight versus the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Julius Randle from the New Orleans Pelicans playing the Indiana Pacers, who have a really good defense, but they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Julius Randle has scored 60, 30, and 34 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 38.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 30 minutes per game with a 27% usage rate. Julius Randle is $7,400 DraftKings salary. He's $400 more on FanDuel, which I think is a great price on both sites. Projected at 37.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's around 5 times value. Julius Randle has that 50-60 point upside. We saw it last game. Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday may have their minutes limited, so I expect a lot of Julius Randle, and I like him tonight versus the Indiana Pacers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.